Welcome to Behind the Badge. I'm your host, Chief David Molloy, Director of Public Safety for the City of Novi. And I'm honored to be joined today on Behind the Badge by Director Jeff Johnson. Jeff leads our EMS and fire assets here for the City of Novi. Director Johnson, welcome to Behind the Badge.
Thank you, Chief.
Hey, we got a real important month coming ahead here, the month of October, and that's traditionally nationwide fire prevention month. So share some of what we have going on, some of the community programs we have, and some of the interesting initiatives that we have coming up in the next few weeks.
Chief, yeah, we're really excited about October. It's our one time to really showcase our fire prevention efforts, particularly the different programs that we offer the community. We do free home fire safety inspections as well as fall prevention for our elderly adults.
So we will send firefighters to your house. We have a little checklist that we go through, take a look at furnaces and some of other combustibles that might be in the home, and we really just provide them a good map on how they can really fireproof their home.
Yeah, we want people to be safe in their homes. You know, kitchen fires is one of the main leading causes of fire deaths. We want them to be safe when they're working around their shop and around their homes.
Okay. And then you mentioned the fall in prevention, and that's really more targeted to some of our older adults in the community. So we'll send, again, a pair of firefighters into someone's home, usually a senior citizen or an older adult. And what do we try to do? What do we try to accomplish there?
Well, the main thing is for our elderly adults is that you know, they may have special needs as far as getting around their home, slip and falls and things like that. So we look for trip hazards and other obstacles that may be accumulating in their home.
And I know a lot of the times the men and women will go in and they'll recommend that maybe you have rubber bottom rugs instead of just like a cloth bottom, because a cloth will slip. And it's as simple as putting down a rubber bottom mat or a cloth or rug in exchange for that cloth.
That's correct, or maybe even possibly eliminating that if it's that much of a trip hazard.
And then I also know whether it's a cable wire or a phone line or something like that, those are two other obstacles that we take a look at. And sometimes it's just making sure they know their surroundings, putting some night lights up at night if they're going to get up during the night. And I think the ultimate goal is if we can reduce a hip replacement, a shoulder replacement, knee replacement, or a broken limb, that's our ultimate goal.
Absolutely, that's our main goal.
Okay, talk to us a little bit about on the prevention side. We continue to have one of probably the premier company inspection program where our men and women are going out, and I think this year we'll probably get close to about 4,000 inspections that we will do of Novi businesses and gathering places. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, all of our full-time fire protection officers go to the businesses throughout the community, and they make sure that all their systems are they've been checked and that they're working and functioning properly, and make sure they have the documentation for that.
And sometimes in this line of work as well, much like the police work, you have to issue a violation, and we have to say, but it's not a real violation to where we print something out or give them a ticket or anything, but it's a violation where we say, you need to have your exit signs illuminated, you need to have these combustibles taken away from a heating source. So it's things like that. And then we actually go back within the next 7 to 14 days and do what?
We make sure that they've done what we've asked them to and assured that those things have been corrected.
Okay, and so really it's more like community-oriented fire prevention, where we're looking to educate. If we can educate our community members versus enforcement, we want to do that first.
Yeah, again, what we're trying to do is make sure that the code's complied with, and that's our ultimate end result, is to make sure that that happens.
Excellent. And I certainly would be remiss if I didn't mention that we're always looking for good quality men and women to serve as paid on-call firefighters here in the City of Novi, but also auxiliary firefighters. Tell the viewing audience where they can go to find information or how they can contact us.
Well, like with any of our programs, they can call our shift supervisor. That number is 248-735-5673. And of course, our cityofnovi.org website has all kinds of information about all of our programs, including free smoke detectors, the File of Life program, the child car safety seat inspections, and any of the other fire safety inspection programs.
But I think the message is that we are always looking for good quality men and women to serve as paid on call and auxiliary firefighters.
Absolutely, and that is something we really need more help with our part-time. So.
Excellent. We're going to take a real quick break on Behind the Badge, so continue to watch Novi Television.
Additional resources I get mutual aid from the city of Novi at this time.
Well, not everyone can be a firefighter. There's a proud few.
It's definitely a job that there's times your adrenaline rushes.
There's plenty to learn, lots of things to do, and it's great fun doing it.
Welcome back to Behind the Badge. We continue to have Director Jeff Johnson joining us here today. And Director, probably one of the most outstanding programs we have is our smoke detector replacement program. Talk to us about that.
Really, this started in 2004. We got some grant funding through Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. It kind of jump-started our program. Since then, we've probably installed hundreds of smoke detectors. They're free to anyone in the community. What we want to make sure is that you have a working smoke detector in Novi.
And part of that, and if we come out and do a home inspection, we're going to take a look to make sure that you have them properly placed throughout the home. And if we do have disadvantaged families that might not be able to afford it, we can put a couple of these in their house for them, correct?
Absolutely. We never want to leave anyone without that protection. And maybe it's as simple as just changing the battery. Or maybe the unit's 10 years old and it's time to be replaced, but irregardless, we will make sure that it's working and it's functioning and that they're protected.
And I'm glad you brought up the changing the battery, because we're getting to that time of year here in late fall where we're going to be changing our clocks. And what's the message that we'd send to people that weekend?
We always like people to think about changing their battery at that time. Change your clock, change your battery. It's a great program.
Absolutely. And another one of the outstanding community programs that we have in the fire service is our child safety seat inspection program. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're really actually in a really good position with having 4 car seat technicians that you can schedule an appointment if you want to have your car seat inspected, your child safety seat inspected, and you call the shift supervisor. That number is 248-735-5673. We'll set up an appointment if one of the technicians is available, and you can stop by the fire station and they'll do a very thorough inspection, make sure that the car seat is still good, because sometimes they have recalls, and then and assure that it's properly installed.
Okay. And we do those 7 days a week. Sometimes we can do them 24 hours a day if someone needs to come in later at night, because if they have if they work or if they're getting off, as long as we have the technician on duty, and we're going to have upwards of 6 full-time and or part-time technicians properly trained.
That's correct. Both our full-time and our part-time staff will have a total of 6. We have a coordinator from Safe Kids that works out of Providence Park, St. John's, Novi.
Okay, and to date, I think we're close to having done 200 of these inspections, and I know since the fire department started doing this back circa 2009, 2010, we've inspected close to 2,000 seats overall.
Yeah, it's a great program, and people really have responded to the program.
And I know one of the new initiatives you're bringing forward in the next few weeks is we're going to start doing safety check Saturdays, where we're going to have our staff on duty at most likely our main fire station on Grand River at Main Street, and people are just going to be able to drive in. We're going to be able, it's going to be like a drive-through service where we're going to have several technicians on hand, technicians from not only the fire department but also Safe Kids Oakland County.
That's correct, Chief. We're really excited about that. It's something that we did try before, and we really think it will really take off. It will be a good opportunity for people just to kind of drive in, stop by the firehouse, and we're looking to do that from like 10 to 2 on a Saturday.
Okay. Excellent, excellent. In closing, any fire prevention tips we can give our viewing audience, not only our older adults, but also our residents here in the city? I
think having a fire safety plan is probably the best advice that I can give them. That, as well as be prepared for any type of emergency, whether or not it's a natural or man-made disaster, and execute that plan by having all your things prepared and be ready to respond.
And it's as simple as going over it after dinner, you know, while you have everybody gathered around the dinner table, talk about the plan, where people should go, what they should do if they hear the detectors in the middle of the night or they see smoke. Obviously, the first step is to, if you can, get out of there. Secondly, activate the emergency 911 system so we can get our men and women rolling.
Yeah, and don't forget your pets too in that plan, because a lot of people, they really cherish their pets, and we like everyone to get out of the home.
Excellent. So, well, Director, thanks for joining us here today on Behind the Badge. Thank you for all that you do for the City of Novi. Continue to work hard. And to you, the viewing audience, thank you for tuning in once again to Behind the Badge, and please continue to watch Novi Television.